Let's go ahead and start our budget workshop for November. Of course, we've got, I think what we'll do is, in your package, you've got, of course, the revenue and expenditure report that's up through October, or actually it's September, I'm sorry. And then you've also got in your packet too, which we can talk about a little bit later, the proposed 2022 budget. So, but we'll start off with our monthly budget. And we moved this from what would have been our last 2 weeks ago to this week. So, Lonnie, do you want to come up and give us a little presentation run through on?
Well, can you hear me okay?
We can.
Okay. Of course, the front page is kind of an analysis of all the stuff in the back with the different departments. And our percentages, we may have gone over these before, but we're at right at 75% at the end of September. Computer computes it at 74.79, I believe. But anyway, as you can see, everything in the general fund is pretty much, as far as expenses, are within the range of where we should be. I don't think there's any of them that are over. And
I don't think I got that.
I don't think I got it either.
We got it last week,
Last week.
last time,
At the last meeting.
Oh, we did?
yeah.
I guess I missed a reminder to bring it. All
Yeah,
right.
me too. I even took it out of my car, so.
You want to use this one?
No, I'll just take his word for it.
well, at any rate, and our revenue is up, it's at 79.48%, so that's a good thing for the general fund. And but at any rate, under the general fund, you'll see, of course, the non-departmental, which is various expenses that we pay, the mayor's office, my office, police, municipal court, fire and EMS, building, and city clerk. And so those are all covered under the general fund. So anybody have any questions on those? Any of them? Yes, sir.
I do have one question, and that is, I see what I did get today off proposed budget. We have what we amended our 2021 budget to be.
Yes, sir.
Revenue-wise. Are we going to meet that projection? $33,720,000 roughly. You think we're on track to meet that?
I think we probably are. When I was preparing the 2022 budget, I was, of course, it's very difficult to know what's going to happen, and we've had an extraordinary year. But I went back to 2019 on sales tax. And at the end of October, on the sales tax, if you'll remember on the report, that on the comparison that I gave you, it shows that at that point over in 19, we were up 30%, or right at 30%. And we had already, at that point, exceeded what we collected in the full year of 19, so far this year in 21. So the revenues continue to look good. They're dropping a little bit from what we were seeing a few months ago. But I think I'm not concerned about that, because looking back, it typically happens about this time. So,
Yeah, we'll talk about next year when we get there.
well, yeah, but we've got to base it on something. And but do I think it I think it's very possible, yes, we will achieve that goal. Anything else? Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball. It's kind of off anyway, but,
Well, I mean, we're already, through 10 months of the year.
right,
Pretty good idea if we're going to, we got 2 months left
right.
to generate that income. We'll know where they're going to, pretty good guess based on past years.
I think so, yes.
And we still got our property taxes, and they're still coming in too, so that they haven't been totally reflected yet. So,
We've had a pretty good bump so far in property taxes, and of course, we haven't received yet what came in on October 15th, the deadline, and we get a distribution, should later on this month, get the first one, and another one in December. And I think the beverage tax that we're collecting is up quite a bit as well.
Which tax is that?
Beverage,
Beverage?
yes. So it was up enough that it came to my attention just scanning through it. So those are two things that seem to be up quite a bit. So anything else on September report?
I didn't bring it, but wasn't our sales tax for that, on the last week's one, was at 275,000, that's August, correct?
We collected August in,
Yeah, it was collected,
right,
okay.
in October.
Okay, well, again, it's in the top 10 of the last 10 years. So
Well-
that's phenomenal.
See, what I was talking about a minute ago was, if you look at 2019,
Right.
the full year, we collected $2,316,963.10.
Right.
And already in '21, through October, we have collected $2,387,149.06. So we, at this point, have exceeded all of 19.
I did see in my business a downtick, but it was when the Delta variant was at its just peak, and I'm hoping that's what it was, but man, like today, the streets, it was like a Saturday, it was just packed.
Right.
There was no parking anywhere.
now what month was that when you saw that?
It was back today.
August,
August?
yeah. August and, my business is always slower in August, but it downticked a little bit, and September a little bit, but not bad.
Well, if you remember the last time we had one of these meetings, that's one thing that I'm concerned about for 2022 is these, if we have another situation.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
These variants coming forward and all of the different ones.
yeah,
But I don't know how we predict that.
yeah. Well, the fortunate things is it does seem like a lot of Americans are getting vaccinated, so, and it's kind of running through the rest of them, so maybe it'll start to have some light in the tunnel.
Right.
I'm hoping.
Well, I certainly hope so, and of course, there's always the Federal Reserve Open Market Committee and what they're going to do with inflation and interest rates and that sort of
Right,
thing.
right.
And we don't really know what's going to happen there. They're talking about, raising interest rates, and of course, that's going to have a ripple effect across
Yeah.
housing and a whole lot
Yeah,
of things.
yeah, and it well could.
So, there's a lot of factors to consider, but I think that we've had a remarkable year thus far this
Yes.
year, quite
Yes.
frankly.
I do too.
So,
I think we've got a lot of good factors in the area, the advertising, just, Northwest Arkansas is just becoming a hub, so
that's true, and back to traffic in town today, whenever I left on Friday, left work, it was absolutely, I couldn't hardly get out of the parking lot into the street.
Yeah.
and people walking, and of course, the weather has been favorable for the
Yeah.
last few days. And I understand the town was absolutely packed last night for the
Yeah.
show that was here.
The show here, yeah.
And everything. So my daughter was here, and she talked to several of her friends that were here, and they said, we can't find any place we can get food. We had to eat at the vending machines,
Yeah.
because it was a 2-hour wait or what.
Yeah. Wow.
So
To us.
Those are good problems.
Yeah,
those are good
Good
problems,
problems,
yeah.
absolutely. So let's just hope it continues.
yeah.
But at any rate, we're going down, and the other departments where you see red, basically that's lacking of me transferring money over to those accounts, and so it's not necessarily a loss or anything to be alarmed about. It's just I haven't made the transfers. And the other accounts, they're looking pretty good, and so at any rate, I think it's a pretty good report myself, but anyway, anyone have any questions on those?
When I looked at it, I thought it was quite favorable.
So, anyway, we just keep chugging along, and
Yeah.
just hope the momentum doesn't stop.
That's-
What else would you like to talk about?
In this proposed budget for next year,
Yes, ma'am.
are there any significant things that you noticed as major changes?
Well, there's, yes, there's some fairly significant things in there, but I would rather that you all look at the budget and get kind of oriented to it, and then let's have a budget meeting or something, and we'll really go into it in depth, because I put a lot of hours putting this thing together, and I feel like it's, really a pretty decent budget, and I want everybody to be comfortable with it, and it looks pretty good. So,
You're optimistic about next year's property taxes, I see, and
I am.
beverage taxes,
I am.
which makes sense, the way things have been selling.
Well, and people are looking for property and can't find it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Is this where, the question was asked, is this where an executive summary from you would come in handy, saying, these are the biggest changes, this is something I need to bring to your attention, but have a page, it's a written page rather than a numeral page, that kind of outline the things you need to highlight, that we need to see. Did you notice that? This is why, et cetera, et cetera. That would be, I don't know about anybody else, that'd be very helpful to me.
well, I could probably find the time to do that.
Are you talking about something like what we give you on that first page of the
Yeah,
monthly budget?
Executive summary that says, here are the things you might want to notice, that this one is way out of line with this, and here are possible reasons. Here's the big difference, this is something that I had to do, that kind of thing, so we would know, through his eyes, what needs to be done, what was done, that kind of thing. But when you get an auditor, you get a monthly summary, they call it executive summary, a written page, verbally, that'd be helpful to me. But of course, I've got 6 hours of college accounting with a D, so that probably explains one reason why I'm asking for that.
Can you tell me what the beverage tax is specifically?
Well, it's a tax on alcohol, of course, and the city clerk probably could answer that better than I can.
So we pull that out separately. We receive that from the state?
No,
No,
it is, 10% is collected on shots and mixed drinks, not beer, not wine, and it is remitted to the clerk treasurer's office, and that's reflected in this budget, completely separate from the CAPC.
Okay.
So that's not liquor store sales, right?
It's just prepared
Yeah.
beverage, cocktails and shots,
Okay, no wine or beer?
no wine or beer.
Damn.
That's why a shot costs so much.
Yeah. Our
So
total
it's-
taxes are 34% plus.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think it's
liquor.
37.375 that you end up collecting and remitting to all the various entities, if I'm not mistaken. And people are shocked. They call often, like, I just went to this place and I was charged, and I said, yes, it was a mixed drink, wasn't it? So, sticker shock.
yeah. Drink more wine.
There you go.
You can't hold your liquor, don't go
Yeah.
to the bar.
So when do you want to have the discussion on
Yeah.
this?
Oh, I've always been a sinner.
That's up to you and
Good old blue
the
lies.
council and the
Yeah.
mayor.
Are we having our meeting, the second meeting this month? We are, aren't we?
We are.
Should we have it before that? Would that
Yeah,
sound,
that sounds
That'd
good
be
to me.
enough.
That gives us a few days to mull this over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want to do like we do with our budget meeting and meet at 5:15 or
yes, sir.
can we make it just a little bit earlier, just in case?
5 o'clock
5 o'clock?
or 4:15?
I don't know that we need 2 hours, but.
How about
or-
5?
5.
5?
Like 5.
Or give us an hour.
On the next
Yeah,
meeting?
that would be all right. Because
Yeah.
if we don't get finished, we can do another
We
one.
can always have another, we've
That's
got
right.
3 months to do this.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah.
So
Yeah, we're just trying to get it to you tonight, because it gives you time to kind of go through it,
Oh, yeah.
develop your questions and so forth, and there may be, whenever I go back through it, I may see some things that need to be changed. When you go through it, there may be things that you want to change.
Right.
And so this is a working copy. And so,
5 o'clock would be good, yes.
Okay.
And that would give us one more thing to be thankful for on Thursday.
So do you want us to do the same thing as in the past, to do a comparison and jot down questions to send you ahead of time?
that would be great if you could.
Okay.
Okay.
Because it's rather detailed, and there's several calculations that have to be made, and on one sales tax, and then on the other 1% sales tax, and part of it goes here, and part of it goes there, and so it's a little bit difficult to kind of, what's my line type thing, and so, anyway, but it'd be helpful, but we can do it either way.
Okay.
And if you'll notice, it's printed in a larger font, so you can read it a little better.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I like
yeah.
that.
Really appreciate that, thank you, man. Yeah, Ernie.
Made it a little longer, but I think it's a little more legible for you.
You're ahead of schedule this time, aren't you, with this?
Gosh, I don't know. I'm just trying to get it as soon as possible. and-
We always try to get it in the 1st of November if we can.
Oh, God, it is November.
It's almost halfway through. No.
But this is several hours of work, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
Lonnie's had a lot of different issues going on, and some of us know, but, so he's done a good job of putting this together in the time that he did, so.
Thank you, sir.
well,
My pleasure.
and I
you, Lonnie.
appreciate you so much. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. You know, as I've told other people, you know, you all pay me to do this. I don't live here, I don't vote here, just work here, and I work for you and the citizens of this town, so it's my job.
Aw.
Oh,
Thanks, Lonnie.
yeah.
You're welcome.
Anybody
Anything
have
else?
anything else for Lonnie before he
No,
skedaddles?
sir.
I'll try to put together an executive summary.
Thank you,
for
sir.
Okay.
That'd really be helpful, thank you.
There's a lot in this budget, though.
Yeah, if they can get to us before we have this next 5 o'clock meeting, that'd be wonderful, so we can
I'll
take
do
a
my
chance to
best.
look at it.
I'll not
I
stand
know.
here and tell you that I'm not behind on a lot of other things.
I know, we don't want you to have to burn the midnight oil. Maybe the 10:30 oil, but not the midnight oil.
Well, as I've told you before, with the time I'm here and the time I'm in the car driving, I'm out 11 hours every day. So
There you go.
anyway, nothing more, why, I'm going to go, Mayor.
Drive safely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lonnie.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. These extra copies, I'll just leave here leave them here on the podium, Mayor, extra copies?
Yeah.
Just leave them here?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all have a nice evening.
Thank you.
All right, I guess, does anybody else have anything? We can adjourn until 20 minutes for the 6 o'clock council meeting then.